your EBT may be changing in a massive way for everybody across the entire country with a new plan that was just introduced. I also have this article right here, which I will pop up on the screen in just a second so you can see and read for yourself exactly what they're talking about right here. And I will talk through all the details for you as well and the plan that they have up their sleeve here. But this would impact all beneficiaries. And to be fair, this may actually be a good thing for some people and also a huge headache for a whole lot of other people. And I'll describe all the details. Now, quick little side note as well. Remember over the last couple weeks here, I've been coming back in videos and saying, hey, get ready. The Agriculture Secretary said that a massive change was going to be announced to the SNAP program the first week of December. As I film this video right now, no announcement quite yet. So for all of us that have been sitting on the edge of our seats waiting for this massive announcement to come out on the SNAP program, haven't heard anything yet. I'll certainly keep you updated as we get more information on that, but wanted to give you a quick little update here in this fast video right here as well. But again, haven't heard anything, and they told us it's coming first week of December. Haven't heard a word about this massive change quite yet. Anyway, let's pop this article up right here, right now. Feel free to read through this. I will tell you the details on this. All right. So across the entire country, everybody on the SNAP program, Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, otherwise known as food stamps, has an EBT card. Based on the state that you're located in, it may have some cute little name, something like that. But either way, it's an EBT card. Now, obviously, there's been a lot of talk about changing the EBT card over the years, right? Well, now, a new proposal out of Representative Nancy Mays out of the state of South Carolina is introducing this idea and this proposal, which already has some co-signers on it, by the way, to add a photo ID to every EBT card. Now you might be thinking, who cares? I don't mind putting my photo on my EBT card. You're right. Like I said a minute ago, for some people, this isn't going to be that big of a deal. It may actually be a good thing to help protect that individual, to make sure that their benefits are not being used by an unauthorized source. In other words, somebody getting your card and using your card, and then they say, wait, you don't look like the person in the picture, right? So it may actually be good for some people, but it also may be a huge headache for other people who maybe give their EBT card to a trusted person, a family member, a friend, or something like that. Maybe even in some cases, maybe like an adult child or something, or, son or daughter or something like that. Not a child if it's an adult, right? Obviously. But you get my point, right? Somebody that may be helping you out by going to the local grocery store and doing some shopping for you and paying with your EBT card. This is a very common thing where some people that may not have the ability to get out of the house all that easily or very often for whatever reason may give their EBT card to somebody else and say, here, can you go buy my groceries for me this week? It's a very common thing, right? And again, I'm sure that some of you here in the community do this. In fact, I know for a fact that some of you in this community do this because I've seen your comments down below that say, my son does my shopping for me and he uses my EBT card or, something along those lines. Well, again, they want to add a photo ID, a relatively current photo of the person being within the last 10 years that would be attached and added to the EBT card. Now, here's what's interesting about this. Okay, who's going to enforce this, right? You would think like, okay, fine, my picture's on my EBT card, but now what, right? Who's supposed to enforce it? The cashier at your local grocery store. So when you're at their checkout line and you have all your groceries on the belt, waiting for it to be checked out, whatever, and then all of a sudden it comes time to pay, when you whip out your EBT card, the cashier is supposed to examine the picture and make sure that it looks like you on the photo and then be like, okay, you're good to buy these groceries. Or they say, wait, this doesn't look like you. We're going to deny your purchase. Okay, do you really think that's going to be a thing? I mean, do you really think that the cashier is really going to give a rip? At the end of the day, does the cashier really care all that much to enforce this rule? I don't know, okay? I'm going to tell you a quick little story. I don't know if I should share this, but I will anyway. Who cares, right? So Corey's parents have a Costco membership, right? Okay, here's the deal. They have a Costco membership, and on the card for the Costco, there's a picture, right? So ever so often, over the years, we haven't done this in quite a while, but years ago, we'd be like, we want to go to Costco and take a look around. You got to be a member to be there. We, Corey and I, are not members. So we would just take her mom's Costco card and just go there and buy like 2 things, right? We go to the checkout counter, and you have to show your Costco membership card, right? Corey, my wife, whips out the card and shows the cashier. It is not Corey. It's her mom, who's like, I don't know, whatever the age of her mom is. It doesn't matter, right? But my point is, it's clearly not Corey, my wife. You know what I mean? It's her mom. And the cashier, even at Costco, is like, okay, and like checks all this stuff out or whatever. And again, we buy like 2 items, whatever. But it's more like a thing like we want to go there. My point being is that even at a place like Costco, where they're supposed to be enforcing the rules like, you're probably not supposed to shop here unless you are actually a member. In this example right here, again, I don't think we're like really breaking the rules all that much because we're like family, whatever. I don't really know what the rules are. Like, is it really that big of a deal? I don't know. But my point is, even the cashier there was like, whatever, okay, well, it's like, check everything out here. We're good to go, right? So I would imagine, okay, add a picture to the EBT card. Is that really going to change anything? There may be some rogue cashier out there who's like, I'm the police, and you're not going to buy these groceries today because your picture does not look like you. And you could be like, dude, it's from 9 years ago. My hair was a different color then. Maybe I had a mustache then, or I had long hair, and now I'm losing hair and I don't have a mustache anymore, or whatever the situation is, right? So again, it's kind of a funny rule. Like, really, this is not going to stop anything. Now, obviously, to be clear, the whole idea here with this plan is to basically avoid fraud. Okay, that's the whole purpose here. So that you are, whoever, you're somebody, you have your card, somebody takes your card from you, and they go to try to use your benefit somewhere else. Obviously, in the situation where, the card is held by Peggy Williams. I'm just making up a name here, by the way. I don't know why Peggy Williams came to my mind, but that's the name that I thought of. Anyway, let's just say the card says Peggy Williams and, Dan Johnson is trying to use the card. And the person looks at it and like, you don't look like Peggy to me. And he's like, what? I really am Peggy. And you're like, no, you're definitely not Peggy, right? So in this situation, fine. It'll help a little bit, but realistically, we've heard about this other proposal for years, and I want to say this one really quickly, which is adding the security chip to all cards. I say forget the photo, or fine, okay, do the photo. Who cares? Okay, I don't really think the photo is going to do a whole lot, but fine. Add the photo to the EBT card. But realistically, what I believe would be a huge help to secure EBT cards would be adding the security chip within them, so that these skimming devices on checkout counters and the little kiosk where you slide your EBT card, those where they're gathering data, when you swipe your card, it gathers all the card data, it harvests your PIN number, things like that, and then they basically use that. I would say adding the security chip would be a better use of funds to secure the EBT card, and fine, as long as you're doing it, maybe slap a photo on the card as well. Who cares? I don't think that's going to be the solution, but that alone, I think those two measures could probably protect beneficiaries pretty significantly. Anyway, that's just my opinion about that. But again, in and of itself, just adding a photo, I don't really know, because it brings it down to the cashier at the end of the day to make the decision is, hey, does this person look like the person, that's checking out here? Is that really the person on the EBT card in the photo? And again, if the cashier sees something suspicious, are they really going to say anything? Or are they going to be like, I'm too scared to say something. I don't want to deny this person their groceries, and cause some scene and some big issue. I don't want to get in trouble. They might just let it fly and be like, whatever, not my problem. I don't know. So again, it's a plan. It's something that's out there. They've been talking about changing EBT cards for years, and they've done nothing. But yet, food stamp beneficiaries, SNAP beneficiaries continue to get robbed every single day across the entire country. It is shocking. Every single month, the amount of money that is being taken from EBT card holders is nuts. I mean, it is like in the tens of millions of dollars a month across the country that is wrongly being taken from EBT card holders. It's nasty, right? It's a really sad situation. And they had that program a couple of years ago where if your benefits were wrongly taken from you, you could just basically appeal to your state and your state would reimburse you with federal funds. It was awesome. That was a little provision that was out there for like maybe a year and a half or so. It was in force. Maybe it was I think it was a 2-year period of time, actually. Now that I think a little bit more about this, it was a 2-year period of time where you could get reimbursed if your benefits were taken from you. That's been long gone. That ended, I don't know, quite a long time ago. I think it was maybe like September 30th of 2024. No, it was longer than that ago. Maybe 2023. I don't know. Anyway, it was a long time ago. It ended, but it was like a 2-year thing that was around. So, anyway, stay tuned. I'll certainly keep you posted with any further details on changes to the EBT card, as well as those major announcements we're still awaiting for out of the Agriculture Secretary, USDA, on the SNAP program, the food stamp program. I'll certainly keep you posted on that. A lot of major things that are happening right now. Stay tuned. Please, if you're new here, consider subscribing. 100% free. Big subscribe button right down below. Please feel free to share this video as well. Big share button right down below. Otherwise, check out the well over 6,000 videos here on the channel in the video library. Down below in the description, top of the comment section, I have some information for you there. Otherwise, chapter's phone number, write that down for this weekend. Don't call them today. You can. I called them at like 9 o'clock this morning. They already had a 3-hour wait. They had been open for like an hour. I mean, seriously, nuts. Anyway, chapter's phone number's right there. If you're on Medicare, call them this weekend. Okay, call them this weekend. It's your last weekend to change your Medicare plan. Medicare Annual Enrollment ends on Sunday. Okay? Anyway, just trying to help you out. Enjoy your day. Please subscribe if you're new. If you have not done so, please subscribe. 100% free. Big subscribe button down below. Please share the video. Until next time, enjoy your day. Hope this helps. Happy holidays. And I'll catch you again very soon in the next video. See you later.